Good evening and welcome Spartan fans to tonight's Pack the House double coverage of both girls and boys Romeoville basketball, brought to you by the Village of Romeoville Television. Both games will also be broadcast live on highschoolcube.com. So we're going to go right to the tip-off here, and the Indians are going to come away with the first opening possession of 32 minutes of Pack the House action in this SPC contest as Minooka takes the jump shot up and in. That's number 3, Brooklyn Bachman, with the early 2-point advantage for the Indians.
Jacob Lee, if you'd like to go ahead and give us the starting lineups.
All right, for Minooka, we have number 3, Brooklyn Bachman. Number 11, Haley Arliss. Number 25, Kathleen Gosson. Number 41, Savannah Johnson. And then number 43, Sydney Arliss.
Well, let's go ahead and break there real quick. If you haven't just catching us here, we're 2-0 with Minooka in the lead here. And you hear the name Arliss. There are 2 Arliss girls. Mr. Arliss, who teaches driver's ed here at Romeoville, those are his 2 daughters.
So as the Spartans come out in a 2-3 zone, the Indians are trying to match up, and that is Bachman once again with the short jumper, giving the Indians a 4-0 lead over the Spartans.
And your starting lineup for the Spartans is number 10, Diamond Dorch. Number 12, Nia Harris. Number 3, Lexi Marin. Number 1, Sky Osborne. And number 21, Jahari Smith.
And that's Jahari Smith.
It's a nice feed inside.
Underneath. Yeah,
she's kind of one of the taller girls out on the team. If you're unfamiliar with their uniforms, these home white, the jersey numbers are kind of represent or look like the football helmets, where it fades from one color to another. It's kind of sharp there.
And Jahari Smith is one of the 2 twin towers, as both her and Nia Harris are over 6 foot tall.
Yeah. I have Nia in a couple of my classes, and, me being about like 6'3", 6'4", I see Nia, and I'm like, wow, there's actually someone I could talk face-to-face with. It's interesting.
And that's Jahari. That's going to be a traveling violation. So the Indians, in the opening 2 minutes, have a 6-2 lead. This should be a really good contest tonight, as I believe only both of these teams have only have 1 conference loss. The Spartans have the overall better record than the Indians, but both of them have shown flashes of playing some really good basketball this season.
Definitely, yes.
And that's Bachman again. Couldn't quite connect, but big rebound, and that is off the mark as Sky Osborne is going to bring the ball up the court over to Lexi Marin.
Well, the girls basketball team has really transformed the last couple of years. They had the run of what are they, regional or their conference champs back-to-back, and this year coming out where they're 8-2, I think, to start the season.
Yes. Yep. And that basket is up and good by freshman Savannah Johnson.
Coming out kind of slow here for the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, I would say it's a little sluggish, as the Indians look to be in a zone. Kind of flipped a little bit, jumped into a matchup, kind of a matchup zone.
Yeah.
Or more of it's kind of a triangle and 2. It looks more of a triangle and 2 defense.
Well, we have a lot of experience out there. A lot of girls have gotten a lot of time for the Spartans the last couple years. We're still pretty young. I think we've only got a 1 or 2 seniors on the lineup here.
Yep.
But of those juniors, pretty much all of them have been around for the last 2 years playing on the varsity level. So they've definitely got the experience.
Yeah, well, that's something that both our programs, both boys and girls, they're overall very, very young.
We actually have 3 seniors in the starting lineup with Diamond Dorch. But, yep, mouse in the house right there. Get the layup.
And that's a basket by number 10, Diamond Dorch. Yeah. So that cuts into the Indians' leads as we jump into a press, trying to change the momentum. Kind of back out of that as the Indians cross half court. Nice steal.
Yep, and
pressing the fast break opportunity off the mark, but Lexi Marin is up for the basket.
And Alexi's been one of those girls that for the last couple years has been the captain, so to speak, out on the field, out on the court there as the point guard.
So the Spartans on the defensive side are trying to quicken the tempo here. And that's Bachman once again. You can tell she must be the shooter of the team. taking the majority of shots for the Indians. We're trying to press the tempo, both on the defense and offensive side. Dortch looked like she was thinking about that three. Pulls it back, shoots it. And
that's going to be Minooka ball.
Was knocked out of bounds by Harris and belongs to the Indians. So tonight, pack the house, double coverage as, we open up with the varsity girls game, and then we're going to follow up with the varsity boys game.
And that should be an exciting game,
which
too.
should be a really good game as both the Spartans and the Indians are really quality teams this year.
And it is the start of winter break.
Yeah, as we just finished up finals. Jacob Lee, how do you feel about that?
Oh, that's a nice play there by
who's that? Really good layup. That's Kyla Hunter.
Dude, that was really nice.
It was nice. Got the nice little roll there right off the top.
Short jumper off the mark.
Good rebound.
That's Nia comes down with it, and she is fouled. That's going to be the first foul of tonight's game.
Yeah, good rebound there. I mean, it's you look at the Minooka roster. They don't have a girl listed over 6 foot, and we have 2 of them that are capable big men that are both starting. So that's really an advantage. Like you said, the Twin Towers comparison. It's really good for the Spartans. They really anchor their team around their 2 big men and their guard play.
So the Indians staying in that triangle and 2 is that is that's going to be a foul on Jahari.
Yeah, she lost the handle of the ball underneath.
So this is going to be, for both the boys and the girls, this is going to be the last regular season game of the 2015 calendar, as both teams are going to be marching into holiday tournaments next week.
Yep.
And the Spartans will be hosting the Winter Classic here.
Yeah, that's on the boys' side, and the girls are going to be traveling to a very quality holiday tournament at Montini.
Ooh.
And Montini, they've won a few titles in ladies basketball and football in the last few years.
Yeah, that's going to be there's some really good teams.
You got to like some of those holiday tournaments when you get teams from around the state or even out of state that are quality ranked teams.
Sure. And it gives an opportunity to play teams that you normally don't see.
Yeah, I mean, it's there were some. I did a lot of the commentating at the Christmas Classic last year. There were a lot of really good teams. RHS played very well there. I mean, given that we had a lot of freshmen, there were a lot of teams that started almost all seniors and had quality competing teams, and RHS held its own. So it was I feel like when you got to protect home court in a tournament like this, I feel like you like to represent. So
absolutely.
When I was a kid, everyone wanted to be in the Big Dipper, the Rich South Big Dipper. That was the big one when I was a kid growing up. That's number 43.
That's Arliss.
Arliss for a 3 on that one. Yeah, the Big Dipper used to be the big one. I don't know if it's still around.
I really don't know. There's quite a few quality tournaments. I'm not sure.
Then there's schools. You'll find out schools. I think there was a Southside school that went to like Hawaii or Vegas or something.
Ooh.
Imagine taking some high school kids around.
Hey, St. Rita just came from the Bahamas.
Yeah, it's crazy. Traveling that would be, imagine that, traveling like that to play some games.
As a high schooler.
Instead of being on a yellow limousine going.
Or maybe they're taking these not to the Bahamas,
no.
but taking the yellow limousine for
it's a quick,
hours upon hours.
Maybe they're taking the Magic School bus.
It's a full time out here for the Spartans. Minooka with an early, we're down to less than a minute in the first quarter, and we're down 11-8. This is going to be a close game. We came out real slow here. We've had, one substitution, I believe, so far?
We had 2, but one of them was they took out Diamond, and then they put Diamond back in, so.
Well, with finals being over now, that's got to be a relief off the students back there, Jacob Lee.
Yeah. I'm just.
Don't sound so enthused about that.
Well, with that, it's kind of a catch-22 because I wasn't able to work a lot because I had the magical dinner at the beginning of the month, and then I've had finals coming up and all this stuff coming up. So now I'm finally going to go back to work, so I'm basically going to be working.
Yeah, and now
Quite
you're
a
entering into your last semester
I
at
know.
And they're going
RHS.
to be in
excited.
real world.
Wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
Don't start crying on us,
don't
okay?
mind me. I might, honestly. If you show me the price of college tuition, I might.
Yeah. So the Spartans are coming out at a timeout. Down by 3. 45 seconds remain. You got to think with the height advantage, going to try to look to get the ball inside, but credit Minooka, this zone defense has negated a lot of that. As they get it, nice pass down to Jahari, but she kicks it back out.
There's some good defense there. Was that Arliss?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
And there's an unforced turnover
that
as
was
Minooka's looking to capitalize.
Abigail Holloway with the good defense down there.
Got a high-low game, and
Ooh,
that
pass a little too high.
causes a turnover as the Spartans have 16 seconds left on the clock. You got to think they're going to shoot for the last shot.
Yeah, that was some pretty impressive defense there by Minooka, forcing that turnover. And then that unforced error there for us to get the turnover on them.
Yep. In terms of scoring, it's very balanced on the side of the Spartans.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is to stop the the two big players in the bottom. You have Nia and Jahari. The best way to do that is to stop them from getting the ball. So
and that was a last-second shot by Sky Osborne. I thought Nia Harris had a shot underneath, with about 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
that
she kicked it out. I don't
that
think
she
she
kicked it out. I
realized.
thought she could have just turned, pivoted, and got the layup. But nonetheless, we end the first quarter action with the Indians having a 3-point, 11-8 lead over the Spartans. In terms of Spartan scoring, like I said, very balanced. Everyone that scored has got 2 points. And then for the Indians, 9 out of their 11 points, 5 of them have gone to Abigail Holloway, and then 4 of them, I believe, went to Brooklyn Bachman earlier. So 9 out of their 11 points are coming from 2 players.
Well, the last time we had a real dominant on the girls, dominant force down low was Kiara Curry. In which she's at Gardner Webb now playing. I think she was a down low force for us here, and I think in college she's more of a 2-3 player. I did look up her stats the other day. She started as a freshman or sophomore, so I don't know what her minutes are today, but she's playing Division I basketball. And then who was another one from that group? Abby
Smith.
Abby Smith?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that team had some real good players.
Yeah, and that was, the core of that, the 2 conference champion teams. So
the Indians have the ball in this opening second quarter action. Spartans jump to a zone. It's like a 1-2-2 zone. Trying to press whenever they get the opportunity. That's a 3-point attempt off the mark. Jahari comes down with it, and Sky Osborne is bringing the ball up the court. Cross-court pass. Ooh, nice high-low game down to Jahari. Just couldn't quite connect, but Nia was there for the big rebound.
Oh.
And we're just
not shooting.
We're cold right now.
Yep, and I think RHS just has to keep trying to get the ball to Jahari. She's really one of those players that earlier in the year she's had a 30-point game. Like, she really can get going if they keep getting the ball to her. But as you see, they like to get the ball moving, get the open shot, and Jahari knows how to get herself open. So
yeah, we're shooting. We're real cold right now. Several air balls. We're just we're struggling here from the field.
Nice cross-court pass, and then that's number 43,
Arliss.
Sydney Arliss, drains the shot.
that'll give her 7.
Oh, that'll give her 7. I think I said the wrong number earlier.
Holloway,
I meant
I
to
think
say
you said
Arliss
53.
with had 5 points at the end of the half.
Ooh,
There
good
we
pass.
go.
Jahari with the left hand up and in.
You had the big-to-big, high-low pass right there.
Man, that's her 4th point of the ball game. Minooka's doing a nice job of kind of breaking the Spartan press.
Well, the press is, it can get you some real nice turnover. Like there, that was an unforced turnover right there. But it can also, if you're not playing solid D and rotating on that full court, you can give up some easy baskets too. So it's one of those things. You like in football, you live with the blitz, you die with the blitz. You know.
Or for the Golden State Warriors, you live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Yep, and they're actually playing the Streak Killers tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling Steph Curry's going to try to go for 100 on only 3
would not want
pointers.
to be the Bucks right now.
Well, then you have Charles Barkley, who said that the 72 and 10. That's nice defense there by number 41, Savannah Johnson. That the 72 and 10 Bulls would have destroyed the Warriors. But you know what? The Warriors are playing with a lot smaller team, so to speak.
Yeah, they're running the small ball, which is the new it's like the new fad in the NBA.
It's
Nice inbound pass.
Gotta make
man,
that.
we just haven't
That was
been
a
able to
foul.
connect, but Smith is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and you know, you look at a lot of the teams. I mean, the big place where you sort of start was those Miami Heat teams with LeBron James. They ran him at small forward, and then played Chris Bosh at center, giving them, you know, a pretty agile team. You know, they would run all over teams, and you know, there's times where the Golden State Warriors are playing Draymond Green, who's like a 6'7" forward at center. So, you know, it works for them.
Yeah,
Obviously,
trying to use
they're
more
like,
athleticism
yep.
over size.
I mean, when you're 26-1, must be working.
And the defending champs, you know, it's
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're onto something.
Well, you know, everything comes and goes. You know, it might be for a couple years until some dominant big men come out, you know, and it's always changing.
So the Spartans take their first timeout, giving both the Indians and the Spartans 4 timeouts remaining. 13-11 ball game. Very low scoring.
Yep. So far, there's always a point that you know, sometimes you come out of halftime and everyone's out of their funk and they just go right in. I mean, it must be kind of weird because you know, as a varsity player, you're used to playing at 6:30. You're used to watching your sophomores play. You know,
Sure.
sort of getting in your mindset. But instead, you just get here early, you warm up, and then you're playing.
You're right.
So,
It's a little different routine for both teams.
Yep.
It is a tad bit drafty in here, so, you know, it could be the cold draft coming in here. I'm a little chilly up here. It's a little chilly in here. I don't know if our heat's on quite this high.
Doesn't heat rise?
I don't know. With all that hot air that the 3 of us are talking, you think we'd heat up the place?
It's a nice
Full
double
course,
team there.
There we go.
Got a
that was a
3-on-1,
good pass right there.
and that's Brittany Osborne.
It ties it up. This is the first tie of the game here.
They stay in that press. Nice trap once again,
Oh.
causing another turnover. Smith, ball underneath,
Oh.
and she's going to go back to the line for 2.
Yeah, but that was a good steal there by Diamond Dorch. Actually, a couple of the players I've talked to that are on the girls' varsity team said originally she was going to transfer back to Plainfield East, but then decided to stay at RHS, and they said that was a huge thing because she's sort of like the catalyst at guard as far as their defense. Like, they really look for her to get steals and just play aggressively, which gives Lexi and Sky, who are our other 2 big guards, like a break on defense per se, so they can hustle on offense and run with Jahari. So
We're missing too many baskets here. There's too many open looks that we've missed here. Well, there we go.
So Jahari connects on the second,
That's our first lead of the game.
and we're going
right?
to stay in that press. Almost caused another turnover there. Here comes the double team in the corner. Minooka does a nice job this time. Oh,
Ooh,
nice
there's
job
Lexi.
by Lexi. Kind of baited that pass. She took a hard shot to the face. As the ref's checking to make sure that she's okay. She's giving the nod that she's all right.
Well, they're probably making sure she got hit in the face, make sure she doesn't have a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Because there's no blood allowed out there. They'd have to, if she got blood on her jersey, they'd have to change her jersey.
yep.
Or a lot of times the trainers will have peroxide. Because peroxide will get the blood out. Just a tidbit if anyone needs to know. Blood out of any kind of clothes, peroxide.
Peroxide. Good to know.
Oh,
Ooh, that
And
was a
that's an
good pass,
unforced
but,
turnover as they try to get the ball down low to Jahari Smith.
Looks like she wasn't quite anticipating it and then went for it last minute. So
Romeoville staying in that press. It's worked the last few possessions. Looked like that could have been a turnover, and there it is.
Yeah, Lexi just got that same steal twice in a
Yeah,
row.
it looked like it was a traveling violation prior to that turnover.
We got
doubling and dribbled right into a double team.
Got to make those. We were running under the basket on that one.
And that's Bachman with the jumper, and Smith comes down with a big board. The tempo, nice cross-court pass to Sky Osborne, dribbles underneath, runs out of real estate, kicks it back out as Dortch
We're going to get the travel or
off the rim and takes the blocking
throws.
foul. It's going to the line.
I thought they were going to call her for travel there. I thought she picked up her dribble a tad bit early. But now these days with, nothing wrong with 5 or 6 steps these days. I saw
that's a suggestion,
a Vine or an Instagram video or something like that where it showed someone from Dallas like shuffling their feet like 3, 4, 5 times before they even. And I'm like, really? Where's the travel call?
There's a couple.
Don't call that very often in the NBA.
There's a couple of them that you've seen. Who was it? Like Kendrick Perkins did one where it was like he just straight up like was just walking. LeBron James does it all the time, but
sometimes
who's going to call LeBron James?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that and then carrying the ball. Oh my God, that is amazing. Like how much you watch kids and professional athletes carry the ball. We got a foul down low here.
That looks to be on Jahari Smith. That's going to be her second, I believe. No, that was on the Indians.
Oh,
Excuse
I thought
me.
that was.
Yeah, it looked like at first they were going to call it on White. But it goes the other way. As that's Minooka's 6th team foul, so the next foul will put the Spartans into the bonus.
But a lot of the reason they don't call those silly travels, like they'll pass it in and then they'll start walking before they dribble, is because with TV, they're always trying to find ways to cut down the TV time. And if they can, make some extra money by throwing an ad in where a guy's calling a foul or shooting free throws, then they're going to do it. So
always boils down to money.
Makes the world go round. A lot of ball movement here by the Spartans.
Osborne over to Lexi Marin. Nice dribbling.
Nice, yeah, behind the back.
Gets into the lane.
But we're
But
cold.
Jahari's there, and she's fouled. Is going to go back to the free throw line. She's kind of lived at the free throw line this second quarter.
We are cold, man. Woo.
So what? A 15-13 advantage.
If you're cold, just keep getting to the line. So. But, it's good to see that they're not, a lot of teams, if they're cold, they'll run up and just chuck up threes. But it's good to see that they're trying to move the ball, get it inside, because that's the best way to get out of a funk is
And
just
you would
start
think
making
the high
some layups.
percentage shot is underneath, yeah.
See, they definitely have the game plan of trying to feed Jahari down low and trying to really attack the lane.
Wait, isn't that the musical?
That actually is the musical. This year,
Diamond
yep.
Dortch. It's going to be off of her.
Little shot
And,
before
the Indians,
is the musical.
With 3:30 remaining, we're going to inbound the ball as here comes the double team. Arliss dribbles out of that. Arliss is going to take the three up and in from the top of the key.
That's her second.
And that ties the ball game at 16.
That's going to give her 10 of her team's 16 points. So,
yeah, Bachman had the early hot hand for the Indians, but Arliss really knocking that three-point shot down. That's Lexi from the corner.
Ooh, and another air ball.
It's Arliss driving
here.
the lane.
Yeah.
And Nia comes down with the board. Diamond Dortch bringing the ball up over to Osborne. And that's Harris from the key. Off
the banks are open today, huh?
You know what?
Nice shot by Nia.
I wonder if she called it. You got to call it.
We'll say she did. So the Spartans in that zone. Didn't quite get
Is that Holloway with the? That was Holloway with the 2.
Yep, that is Holloway. They have her listed at 6'1".
So she's probably 5'10".
That's Jahari.
Ooh, there we are.
The left hand up and in.
They all lie. I remember in high school, I think I was 6'7", 6'8" in high school,
Yeah?
I think on the roster thing.
Since you're like 5'4", I mean, that's
It's
pretty
a
big
one. My waistline is about 5'4".
And Smith knocks it down, giving us a 21-18 advantage. 1:56 remaining here in first half action.
Yep, and one of the biggest improvements I've seen in Jahari's game was definitely the free throws. I mean, if you're going to send you to the line, you got to be able to make the free throws. She has at least 5 points on free throws. So.
Ooh, wide open for. We lost track of Arliss there.
Yeah, the one person that you don't want to.
Yeah, she's got 12, so
Yeah.
she leads the game in points right now.
Yeah, gets an easy bucket. Dortch from 3. Smith is just living off the boards. That's her 12th point. Two-three zone. Nice job by Arliss, and the blocking foul
Yep, and she just ran
on
right
Harris.
by. Got her shot.
So Arliss will go to the line for 2.
Missed the first one.
Well, let's give her the jinx here to miss the second one. Oh, I guess that didn't work out for us.
That's up and in. So the Spartans have a 23-21 lead with just under a minute to play. Lexi bringing the ball up the court.
In and out.
Running shot off the mark.
Nice save, but wrong color jersey.
And there's Arliss trying to go to the left hand, and Smith comes down with another board.
It was good defense there.
See what Coach Carrasco dials up. And that's going to be a traveling violation on Diamond Dortch.
It's been pretty quiet, Coach Carrasco. He's been pretty quiet there on the sidelines. Normally you hear him a little more.
Pretty animated.
Well, he coached football this year for the varsity.
Yes, he did.
It's the first time in a few years that he's coached football.
Well, down to about 12, 10.
Got a wide open three-point shot. And Harris comes away with it, and that's going to bring an end to the first half as the Spartans have a 23-21 lead over the Indians.
For coming out pretty slow, for coming out so sluggish in the first quarter to come back with the lead, they definitely played a much better second quarter.
Yeah, it's definitely been the Arliss and Smith show tonight, as Arliss for the Indians is going into half with 13 points, and Jahari Smith for your Lady Spartans checks in at 12. So we have 10 minutes of halftime action as the Palms team looks to come out and show us what they've been working on, their routine.
Yep.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes. So grab something to eat and check back in with us. All right, welcome back to second half action. 16 minutes remain in girls basketball as the Spartans are going to have the opening possession. Lexi Marin with the ball with a 23-21 lead over the Indians in this SPC contest.
We definitely warmed up in the second quarter, but coming out here with a turnover right away. But we weren't moving the ball very well, very cold in the first quarter. Picked it up a bit in the second half, or in the second quarter, to go ahead and take the lead. I think since we've taken the lead with about 5 minutes left in the half, we haven't relinquished it. It's been tied, but we were at no point losing.
Yep.
Since about the 5-minute mark.
So we're trading some turnovers as the Indians are going to receive the ball. Kind of a sloppy way to start the second half.
Yep,
there's Arliss.
And that's another turnover. What's that, 3 or 4 in a row here between the two sides?
Yeah,
unforced turnovers.
Sure not the way that Coach Carrasco wanted to open up the second half.
Oh, no, you definitely see some frustrated head coaches out there.
So this could be a very crucial game for both teams in terms of conference standings.
Oh, yeah.
Both have one loss within the conference. And you always want to defend your home court.
Man, we're just struggling with passing
to get the ball down low to Smith.
Yep.
Up and in. That's going to be her 14th point.
When all else fails.
And 25 for the Spartans.
Keep feeding her. Or they do that little thing like they're eating a cereal. Feed her, feed me. Yep.
Ezekiel Elliott does that all the time.
That's Arliss with a 3.
That'll give her 13. Or no, that'll give her 16.
Yeah. So definitely the Smith and Arliss show.
Here comes a 3 right here.
Boom!
Kaboom!
Kaboom. There is Sky Osborne. So we jump back up to a 4-point lead as the Spartans, I believe it was the Spartans, took a timeout there, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. So started a little sluggish, but for the Spartans, it's starting to heat up a little bit.
Yep.
Back-to-back 3s here on each end.
So the pace of scoring definitely has increased.
Yep, I definitely don't want to watch, I don't think anyone want to watch teams just turn it over back and forth over and over for a whole quarter. So, I mean,
That's not good for ratings.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not good.
That's not good for anybody.
You know, is this ratings month? Are we
Yeah, this is
we
sweeps.
might be competing in Sweeps Week.
Sweeps
We'll
week.
have to double check to see where we are compared to ESPN.
Yeah, I think we're opposite the NBA action tonight. I'm sure we'll come down with a much greater rating. So the Spartans staying in that zone, 2-3 zone. Was a nice move, but off the mark for Bachman.
Yep, and that's where having those the twin towers down there really gives us an advantage.
Sure.
Really affects a lot of shots.
Yep, we're going to get the foul there. Is that Osborne with the foul, I think?
Yep, and that's going to be Arliss on the line.
Spartan foul on the 1, Sky Osborne, her first foul, team's first of the half.
I was talking to Coach Arliss the other day, and he goes to a ton of summer. Both his girls are like AAU basketball. They do a lot of traveling in the summer. He said most of his summer is traveling around the United States with their kids in AAU clubs or whatever, I guess, for basketball.
Yep, their teams, and that's a lot of basketball is played there. I mean, you have London and DeAndre from the boys varsity team. They both played in Vegas this year, and they both got a lot of exposure from Division I schools because of that. They actually played against each other in a game against competing AAU teams, which I think is interesting. Even a lot of players who go on to play professional, play together on teams because based on where they live. So it's
sure. So that's Jahari Smith once again. That's her 16th point 30 for the Spartans.
She kind of cleaned up with that offensive rebound there and just put her back in. Be nice to get a nice little run here. Go up, you know, some nice stellar D here. Go up. Oh.
And Bachman answers. So every time we kind of build up a lead, you know,
Yep.
Minooka does a good job of cutting back into it.
It is very back and forth, so.
Another unforced error right there, a turnover. Bachman with the,
Blocked by the
by the backboard.
by the backboard.
Hey, that backboard's tricky.
Yeah.
So it's like in football, the turf monster.
And it was knocked out of bounds.
Is it Diamond Dortch, I think, got called for,
Oh, that was a foul.
yeah.
Okay.
Spartan foul number 10, Diamond Dortch, her first foul, team second.
I believe the turf monster lost the game for the Bears this year. Jeremy Langford took the ball and he was running and then just tripped and fell, and that was it. Like, I think that was honestly, I think that was the game we played the Broncos.
Yeah, that didn't help my fantasy team. And there's another turnover. Great job, great defense by the Spartans. That's Marin perusing the court over to Dortch, who throws it out of bounds.
Very errant pass.
You know when Sky or Alexis pass the ball, it just seems like the ball looks so heavy to them that they're launching it across. I think it might be because they're, no offense, a tad bit on the shorter side.
Yep.
It seems like they're putting so much effort to get that ball across court.
So Bachman driving the lane, kicks it back out. Going baseline.
There's Arliss driving the paint out to in the left. Arliss again there.
Arliss to Arliss.
And that's Osborne coming away with it. Osborne to Osborne, the two sisters.
That is funny.
And another turnover. Nope, that's going to be out of bounds. So the ball is going to remain with the Spartans. Catch a break off another errant throw, errant pass.
Yeah, I mean, and if, you know, one of the biggest things is trying to force passes. It's just, more than often than not, it's going to lead to turnovers, and you really have to be selective about when you do it, because sometimes it's going to get you the wide open shot, and then sometimes it's just going to turn the ball over.
Nice high-low game from Nia Harris to Jahari Smith.
That's going to give Jahari 18, and we also see Arliss have 18, so.
Definitely been the main threat for the Spartans. And there changed the trajectory.
Oh, they're going to call, are they going to call a foul on that one? I think they're going to call that on, was that Rivera?
Yep.
Foul number 13, Elizabeth Rivera. Her first
Rivera.
foul, team's first of the half.
So that's Lexi Marin with the ball. Over to Sky, tries to kick it down low to Nia Harris. Nia Harris
made that look easy
up
right there.
and in. That's nice. Beautiful offensive set.
We drove on the one side, kicked it out, double team there.
Got to be getting close to a 10. Got to cross the half court in 10 seconds, and they were very close.
Ooh, yep.
I don't know. I thought she planted her feet. It looked like Arliss just ran her over.
Spartan foul number 21, Jahari Smith, her second foul, team's third.
For three. It's Holloway with the offensive rebound, puts it up. Holloway again.
Feed it back down low to Holloway. That's got to be a traveling violation or a 3-second violation. But nonetheless, that is a turnover.
Yeah, Holloway was definitely planted.
Yeah, she
down there
planted
for quite a while,
herself in the
so-
lane.
Well, you know, this is the biggest lead of the game for the Spartans here, up by 6. Here we go by 8. Maybe nice to be 10 by fourth quarter.
Well, that's definitely a great lead to hold into the fourth quarter. So
So Minooka changed it up, went to a man defense. And
What a sportsmanship down there.
yeah, jump ball, and so the ball is going to turn over to the Indians.
ooh,
A lot of ball movement here, looking good there. That's Arliss for 3. Out to the other Arliss. Back to Arliss.
And she hits the 4-footer. So an opportunity to extend our lead, and Minooka cuts into it. So a 34-30 lead for the Spartans. About 80 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So
Well, with this break in the action, make sure that you come into the Winter Classic here that Romeoville hosts. It's 3-4 days, I think.
yeah, it starts on the 26th. The 26th, 28th, 29th, and 30th.
4 days of non-stop basketball.
yep.
And then I believe we'll be back here with the broadcast on January 4th.
Tuesday, right?
No, the Monday that we
Ooh.
come back. According to the schedule, we might have to check on that. But the schedule said January 4th on a Monday,
Monday.
which I thought was a little odd. But that was on the schedule as playing home to Oswego.
Is there football that night? That bowl championship game that night? I don't know. I have to double check.
No, the championship game's the 11th, I believe.
11th. January 11th? That's a
Yeah, but
January 11th is a fantastic day. January 11th is.
yeah, but the only game that really counts is on January 1st.
When Notre Dame rolls,
Yeah, something
No.
like that. Something like that.
you know
The
what, to be
Fiesta
honest,
Bowl.
the Fiesta Bowl, if both teams were to, if the stadium were to collapse with those two teams on there, I wouldn't be upset at all.
Wow, that's just mean.
Notre Dame, Ohio State, yeah.
I'll pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Do you think Urban Meyer better play Barrett and just run downhill?
Well, I'm sure that's going to be part of the game plan.
You know, a lot of what I've been reading, they're saying that
So
that's-
nice job by Smith.
that this next game for Barrett, if he gets a start, that's basically going to be like the beginning of his Heisman campaign for next year. Like, I mean, if he could really come out and impress and win the Fiesta Bowl and then come into next season strong, I mean, that could be.
Didn't Cardell,
I think he's got to
12 gauge is leaving.
throw the
right?
ball a little
Yep.
bit better.
He said
12
he's
gauge, yeah, he's-
right after they lost their first game. Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones both announced that they're not going to be going next season.
Nice effort by Diamond Dortch. Indians looking to capitalize. There's a three-point shot.
Oh,
Smith comes away with it, and
It's a
she
tough
fell
one.
hard. Wow.
That's Holloway.
Yeah, she's grimacing a little bit, but walking it off just
Holloway
fine.
is tough down there, though. She's not afraid to bump our Twin Towers down there.
Yeah, but I feel like that's why she's been getting so much playing time.
So 15 seconds remain. 34-30 lead. That's Osborne with the ball. Kicks it over to Dortch.
Let's make something here.
Under 5. Got another turnover scramble for the ball.
That's
And
going to be ours.
that's going to be a jump ball violation, but the ball is going to remain with the Spartans with 3.5 seconds remaining.
All right, let's see what coach has got for a 3.5 second play.
Well, there's plenty of time.
Yep.
Gets
and
the ball over to
Jahari.
Smith. She's not looking to, and that the clock's going to wind down without a shot as Jahari, I think, got a little lost out there in the three-point line and
Well, I don't
Forgot
think I've
that
ever
there were
seen
3.5
Jabari
seconds remaining.
shoot a jump shot.
Yeah.
So not make a jump shot, shoot one.
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
I
in
mean,
no man's land. So that's going to end the third quarter, and we build up a lead, but the Indians fight right back.
Yeah, we got a little cold there the last 2.5 minutes
And
of the quarter.
Yeah, we scored. We outscored Minooka by 2. We had 11 points, and Minooka had 9 points in that third quarter. So a very tight ball game going into the last 8 minutes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. As more of a crowd is starting to trickle in.
Yep. I wonder if Mr. Arliss, when he goes to the Minooka games for his daughters, if he wears his RHS stuff.
I don't know. He lives, I think, pretty close to the school where he's at in Minooka, and I am sure because of his kids and where they live, they're probably quite Indian friendly over there.
Indian
Friendly. Well, the whole Minooka stuff.
No, I got you. As compared to the early parts of our nation's history, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh boy, got to be politically correct here.
Yeah, here comes the history in us. All right, so here we go.
7 minutes and 50 seconds.
And that's number 55 down low, Allison Newsom.
That's her first. I think this is the first time on the court today.
The court.
Yeah.
Field. Still in football mode.
So Minooka in man-to-man. So they've switched it up between some man and zone, and that's
Oh,
Dortch
boy.
way off the mark. Minooka comes down with the ball, trying to pick the tempo up. There is Arliss for 3, and she nails it.
They take the lead back right there.
Yeah, and so that gives the Indians a 1-point lead.
That's their first lead since the first half.
Yep. Since about midway through the second quarter.
So here is a momentum shift. We'll see how the Spartans respond to this. There's Smith. There's Osborne with a wide open shot. Just couldn't quite connect.
Off the front of the rim there.
It was a good shot, just didn't fall. There's Bachman looking to capitalize. Over to Arliss. Arliss drains another 3. That's going to be her 24th point tonight. And now the Indians have a 4-point lead.
Weren't we just talking about how we were extending our lead to 6?
Yep.
And there's Dortch underneath,
Put her on
draws
free
the
throw line.
contact. Going to go to the line for 2.
Well, these are the charity stripe points we need to get here. No clock is running off. We got to make these here.
Well, not only that, but it sort of slows down. Arliss is on a roll, hits 2 straight threes on 2 straight possessions. If you can keep her from running around, getting shots, then good for us.
Well, here goes the second. And
Couldn't connect on either of those, but Osborne comes away with it, and turnover. She tries to get the ball down low. Another unforced turnover as Diamond kicks the ball out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Indians. Six minutes remain. You got to think if you're the Indians, you're going to try to find a way to get the ball to Arliss. She's got the hot hand.
Oh, was that
There's got to be a
3-second?
traveling violation or
something.
Yeah, there we go. We got a 3-second violation.
Yeah,
She was growing roots down there. Band's starting to matriculate into the gym here.
Yep, we got
Matriculate.
Matriculate.
all
Wow.
play tonight. So
Was that the word of the day?
Word of the day. Matriculate, it's a good word.
It is a good word. That's Kyla Hunter that's checked in. As Marin off balance but draws the contact, she's going to go to the line.
Here we go to the charity line once again. We got to get some points here.
Makes the first. That's her third point.
And in there we go.
There's her fourth point as we have another substitution as Brittany Osborne checks back in for her sister, Sky. Double team. Almost
Ooh,
caused a turnover.
Oh. Thought we were going to have another unforced turnover there.
So Arliss with the ball. Dribbles into a double team, kicks it back out. Bachman thought about the three. Oh, and there is that was Newsom.
Well, here's our chance to tie or take the lead here. You know, we're to the point now. Every possession is going to matter here.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many possessions left in this game. There's the ball down low to Jahari. No call. She falls to the floor. Get it back down to Nia, over to Lexi for three.
Oh.
Big rebound. Another rebound as that's Brittany Osborne battling underneath.
I thought she got hit on the first one, so, you know.
Yeah,
good to
after
drop
that,
the
she,
contact.
tell she grabbed her head. Looks like she took an elbow to the head.
Yep, mouse in the house. That's going to be Arliss's fourth foul, so so she's got to play a little careful here, and she's been down guarding down low on Jahari and Nia, so.
Yeah,
well,
that's going to be something to watch out
I
for.
I very much doubt if Minooka's going to take her out.
Not take her out, but she's got to play a little careful now. Not to foul out, considering she has more than half of her team's points.
I think at this point they're going to try. You would try on the offensive side to
Drive
her the
on her,
ball.
yeah.
Absolutely. Pick up that fifth foul, as she's really been the offense tonight for the Indians.
Oh, yeah.
And then again, the band play Hit the Road, Jack.
Cross-court pass. There's a three-point, and that is up and in.
That's the other Arliss.
Haley Arliss from roughly the same spot that
Yep.
her older sister was knocking them down from. Get the ball down low to
Is
Smith.
that Ayers? Oh, no, that's on
that's going to be on
Holloway?
number 53,
That's
Holloway.
Holloway.
Yeah.
Ooh, thought we were getting one there.
But I would definitely try to, if they can, try to ice up Arliss on the block with Jahari or Nia and try to force that foul, because she's really like the catalyst on this offense. And if they can get her out of there, that really puts them in a predicament here.
Yeah, but I think time is more of a factor now. Oh, I saw a guy walking in with some nachos and someone walking in with a pretzel. I'm starting to get a tad bit hungry here. So when
Have to go visit the Romeoville concession stand.
Yeah, it's Spartan Arena here.
Visit the very famous Walking Tacos.
I don't know if I want a walking taco
That's what
today.
we're known for. Or maybe some At's Nice Pizza.
I'm a fan of At's Nice Pizza.
You know what? I think we call 2 games. I think we get 2 pizzas. That's how that's what I think.
I like the way you think. So the Indians up by 5. You know, they've really shot lights out here in this fourth quarter.
I think they have 3 threes in this quarter alone.
Yeah.
Yep, all from
all 3 of them by Arliss.
Arliss, yeah.
Coach Arliss is sitting over there on the far side all by himself, not with anyone around him, just enjoying watching his daughters play.
It's actually funny because I look over at him every time they make a shot, and he just does the same like nod and clap. Like it's like every single basket does the same nod and clap. It's the total dad thing to do. So, you know.
All right, we got to get some points here from the charity stripe.
Yep, and Jahari has been there quite a lot today. So.
Yeah, but we've missed quite a few free throws here. Oh.
Misses the second, and that's got to be a traveling violation,
Ooh.
and that's what they call. So the Spartans going to gain another possession.
Got lucked out.
Dude, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah, you
There's
heard
been
that.
a lot of some rough contact tonight.
Ooh, was that was Arliss? It looks like.
Was that Arliss?
Yep.
Yep.
She's done.
Hit the road,
And that's going to
Jack.
be her
Don't you
fifth.
come back no more, no more, no more, no
So she's
more.
going to end tonight with
24
points.
Yeah, only 24.
Yeah, but if you're the Indians, now who do you look to?
Yep. And I mean, they just had a.
Well, her sister's got 5.
Well, and she just hit a 3 on their last possession. So.
And Brooklyn Bachman, she's been playing pretty well today.
She
She's
is
had some
8.
nice looks. Well, we got to make from the charity stripe. No time is off the clock, but yet this is we're shooting our 3rd and 4th free throws here, and haven't closed the lead there until that one.
So that's Kyla Hunter, 5'9" junior.
There we go. Get the roll.
Makes the second. That's her 4th point.
Let's get an unforced turnover here. Let them make a mistake.
And they don't really have a.
That's Bachman, right?
Yeah,
That
they
was
really don't
Bachman.
have a.
And that's going to go out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the Gatorade jug.
Yeah, and they really don't have a. You know, when they had Sydney in before, they really had someone. Okay, if we don't know what to do with it, just throw it to her. She'll figure something out. But now they don't have that, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Minooka here to figure out what they're going to do with the ball.
Yeah,
Well,
to get in the flow of an offense.
Yep.
And you know what? Even if they go down low, Holloway's had some nice looks from down low. Just hasn't finished as well as Arliss has. And Holloway's done a pretty good job, you know, on and off again down defensively. We just need to warm up here in the last. We're down to under 3 minutes.
So that's Hunter underneath. And
She's
she
gonna
picks
get a
up a
mismatch,
foul.
yep.
Yeah.
She's the mismatch. She's who's
That's a foul on the Trisha Dean.
yeah. She's a 5'2" guard. And who is that for us? That's
Hunter.
Hunter. So you got 5'9" versus 5'2". I take that matchup any day.
Oh yeah.
So Hunter goes back
There
to the
we go.
line.
I take it again if that's the match they're going to put on. So now it's a 2-point game here. Oh,
This is the second. And we'll see who they call, but they're just going to say the ball's off Jahari.
That does just make it a 2-point game though. So one basket will.
yeah, but if we'd
tie
had
up
the
the game.
rebound right there and put her in, we'd have been. There's a
Nice double team. Indians find a way to get out of it.
And a
There.
steal.
Oh, cause a turnover, and we'll see what they call. They're going to say off of white Indian ball.
It's going to be. It looks like they called it off of Dortch. She almost had the ball right there in her hands, but it slipped right through and went
Both
off of her legs.
refs looked at each other there.
Yeah, I don't
did you
think
see
they
it?
were
Did you
sure.
see it? Did you see it? We'll call it off of the Spartans.
Well, we're down to about 2:30 left here. 2-point game. We said it would be a close one.
Yeah, definitely been a back and forth where no team has really gotten
Oh,
a
we got a
decisive
travel call there.
advantage. And
Travel
there's
right there.
A
Unforced
turnover.
turnover, yep.
So we'll see if the Spartans are able to capitalize as the Indians are making a substitution. That's
They're going a little bit taller. They're taking out the
Elizabeth
shorter guard.
Rivera checking in.
Yeah, they're cleaning up that mismatch.
Hunter driving baseline underneath.
Ah,
Ooh.
But Smith
Jahari's
is
right
there.
there.
Oh, couldn't connect. Smith gets her own rebound. Another missed shot
Ooh.
that
as the
should
ball
be
goes
ours.
out of
That's our
bounds.
ball.
And that's going to
I'm
belong to the
surprised
Spartans.
they didn't call a foul on us there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to, but we lucked out there. I'm surprised we didn't make any of those layups. That was like 3-4 chances right there that we just didn't materialize.
And
There
there's
we
Smith
go.
up
Tie
and
it
in.
up.
That's going to be her 20th point. 41-41 game with 1:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
It might come down to free throws here. We're going to our last 90 seconds here.
See, the offense is much different without Arliss in the.
It's like they're waiting for a turnover, waiting for that perfect look or that last shot here.
Definitely taking a lot of time off the clock, and that's number 41, Savannah Johnson, the freshman, up and in. So the Indians have a 2-point lead with 1 minute remaining. And there is Smith who answers.
There we go.
Right there.
And Coach Carrasco calls a timeout. That's going to be a full timeout, I believe.
It's going to have her 22.
So it's 52 seconds left in the game, and man.
That was a nice answer by the Spartans.
And it was quick, too. That's the big thing. I mean, it took Minooka, probably 30 seconds to find their shot.
I
Our
think
shot came right away.
Minooka, I think that freshman wasn't supposed to shoot because they were moving that ball on the perimeter. I think they were looking for last shot, win the game, because they weren't driving. They weren't doing anything but passing the ball on the perimeter.
Yeah, well, they definitely took a lot of time off the possession, but, it's hard to argue. If you got somebody with a 2-foot shot,
Well, yeah, you got to take it.
You got to take it.
We've missed many 2-foot shots tonight, so.
Well, I understand that, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't shoot it.
Yeah, there's no shot clock in high school basketball. What is it? You got 10 seconds to get across the half line.
Yep.
And then what's
At
the
that
other one?
point, you can hold the ball for.
But isn't there another one with the line right here? Because they'll be counting it if they're back here.
Oh, that's if they're guarded, if they're being guarded, or if they're. Yeah, you can have the ball for 5 seconds.
Right?
I don't know. Is that a high school? I know that's a
but
collegiate
if you watch,
rule,
they
an NBA rule.
count it. They were counting.
Well, I
back
know
there.
there's the 3-second violation.
Right.
I think you
Oh,
can't
sure.
hold the ball for a certain amount of time or else you just have somebody sit on it for.
Oh, they're going to get the push.
That's going to be the Spartan team, the 6th foul.
Fortunately, that's
Or
not going
excuse
to put
me,
them in the
5th
bonus.
foul. That was on Jahari. That's her 3rd. There's Bachman.
Oh.
And there is another foul.
Spartan foul number 2. Brittany Answell, her first foul. Team 6.
That's the team's 6. So the next foul is going to put the Indians at the free throw line. So both teams are going to be in the bonus. That's got to be close to a 5-second as
That's
the coach from Minooka calls a timeout right before, like milliseconds before that.
yeah. I think I think they might have just given the coach the benefit on the
I
doubt
think
on
so,
that
too.
one. But
And that's usually what they tend to do.
yeah.
That's usually what they tend to do.
You can interview the girls coach when this game is over.
So timeout-wise, the Indians have 2 remaining as your Spartans have just 1. We are just a little under 45 seconds with a 43 ball game.
Yeah, it's this is a nail biter, and we said that before the game. This was going to be a tight one.
Yeah.
This is far more exciting than you know, a blowout one way or another.
Yep.
You know what? And I feel like that's why, you know, at a lot of schools, it's unfortunate, but you see the boys get a lot more attention than the girls. But I feel like at RHS, as far from the student body, you see a lot of people go to both games because, I mean, you know, the girls compete and they play very well. And, you know, people like to go. They're exciting. They play very hard. As you can see, you know, you have a lot of people hitting the ground.
Yeah, they've had a great start to the season. You know, they've won the Thanksgiving tournament, and that's Savannah Johnson.
That's that freshman again.
Yeah.
And that's 2 big layups there by those
Wow,
by the freshmen.
so she's coming through. We'll see what that's going to give 1 timeout remaining for both teams. So 33 seconds, 45-43 lead for the Indians. You think if you're Coach Carrasco, I mean, you're going to try to figure out a way to get the ball down low to Jahari Smith.
But the Minooka coach called the timeout because he's substituting. He's going, putting Holloway in, putting a couple bigger bodies in there for that down low. It's essentially he's calling timeouts depending on offense, defensive end.
Defense substitution.
Yeah. And, you know, granted, combination of Holloway and Arliss, we've been able to Jahari's been able to get 22, but Holloway has played pretty tough down low on her.
Yeah, the Indians have scored 15 points this quarter so far. So that's Lexi with the ball. She cuts the lane, drives it. Couldn't connect as Minooka comes away with the ball.
Oh, we're going to be
You got to get a
here.
foul, and that's going to put Minooka at the line. As Bachman seems a little shaken up. They called it an intentional foul, so that's going to be shots and the ball.
Yep. But I mean, how do you determine an intentional foul? Like, you know at the end of the game they're going to foul.
So, I mean, wouldn't you call everyone an intentional foul?
I think it depends on
the severity of the hack.
Yeah, the type of foul that it is.
Because you could just sort of run up to the guy and hug him, and you could also drag the person down, which I think is what they're calling here. So
I believe that's going to be 2 shots in the ball as Bachman knocks both of them down. And that, gives the advantage to the Indians as they were able to extend their lead and
get the ball back.
Still have a possession. So Bachman knocks down 2 critical shots. As Bachman has the ball.
20.
Crosses the half.
We got a foul. We got a foul.
You got at this point, you're going to have to foul. And we got a jump ball violation. That's going to go over
to
the Spartans.
But we're down to 10.
A lot of time. A lot of time was lost on the clock. So the Spartans are going to have the ball with just under 11 seconds remaining, down by 4. So you got to get a quick shot here. Like, you don't have time to mess around.
Let's see. Does Coach Carrasco have the 4-point play?
Well, that's the ideal. You shoot the 3, you get the foul. You know, able to tie it up, but
I think the plan is give it down to Jahari.
Yeah.
Let her get the and 1, and then have her throw it off the backboard and then run, grab the rebound, and then put it back up. That's the plan.
In theory, that sounds pretty good.
And if you're Coach Libertor from Minooka, you're saying don't foul. Whatever you do, don't foul.
Let them take the 2.
Let them take the 2.
Oh, yeah.
Take the 2, inbounds the ball. we win the game.
I believe it was a Christmas Classic that I saw. You know, the whole team was on the other side already set up on defense while the team just passed it in, threw in the ball, because, I mean, they knew.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we'll see what Coach Carrasco draws up.
I see they're videoing up there on the opposite side of us. I saw some new video thing for like swimmers or for players. They can set up their own tripod with a GPS thing, and the camera follows that person wherever they go and videos them.
Really?
Yeah. So like if you put like a wristband on or something,
you got to have something.
And a wristband or something, and the camera follows that person throughout the entire game.
That's crazy.
I wonder if that's something that's IHSA.
Well, I mean, because and even for basketball, like AAU, a lot of.
Here we go for three. We're chucking it. Oh, that wasn't even a good look, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, and so that's Bachman, who's got 8 points tonight and just knocked down 2 shots just a little bit ago. Is going to go back to the line with a 4-point lead.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you look at for AAU players, I mean, that's where a lot of players get their exposure because they go all over the country. You're going to get a lot of Division I, Division II scouts there checking out players. You know, it's not as strict as it is in high school as far as talking to the players. So, I mean,
there's a little bit different. Yeah, I understand. There's a little different rules.
It's not the
between
same,
AAU and
but it's
then,
you know, it's a little bit easier to work with the AAU than
sure.
it is the school. So that's why a lot of players, there's players that would rather go to an AAU tournament than go to a school tournament, given how the standing of their school.
Look, they're just holding the Minooka players back tonight. Even did you see that three?
Hits the
holy cow
half-court shot, but too little, too late. As the Indians are going to escape tonight with a 49-46 win over the Lady Spartans. And that's going to give 2 conference losses to the Spartans tonight. So that's a rough way to lose the game, as you know the Spartans really controlled the game for most of the action until this 4th quarter. And Minooka scored 19 points in the 4th to leave here with a 49-46 victory.
And to hold off without their top scorer, Arliss, at the end of the game. That was a good job by Minooka. It was a great game even by the Spartans there. I mean, we had the lead. It was we faltered right there at the end. I mean, we held for what, 2.5 quarters we had the lead?
Yeah. I mean, we pretty much had the lead going into the 4th.
Yeah.
You know, we had the opportunities to go ahead, and you know, unfortunately, we made too many mistakes. You know, we lost some points at the free throw line, and you know, Minooka battled their way the entire game, and were able to leave here with a victory. So we're going to take it down to Jacob Lee as he's about to interview Coach Carrasco. And then after that interview, we're going to be back to action in about 15 minutes as we're going to kick off the boys' game.
All right. See you in 15.
Hi there. I'm here with girls head coach Julio Carrasco. You know, the girls started out a little slow today. Do you have any reason why might be a little slow today as opposed to a regular game where you guys start?
You know what? Minooka did a great job of slowing us down a little bit. Pretty much they went into pretty much a tight 1-2-2 defense, a little bit man-to-man. Pretty much it's packed everything in, took our transition away a little bit, but overall I thought our girls got the ball moving a little bit in the 2nd quarter. We just had to find out what they were doing, and we made some adjustments at that point in time.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good high-low play from Nia Harris and Jahari Smith, as well as pick-and-roll play from Lexi, Marin, and Jahari. Is that a big part of your offense? What you guys like to look to go to?
Well, it definitely is. You know, when you have 2 6-footers, we're trying to do a high-low offense. We have a couple plays where we go high-low with the post players. We have a couple plays where we do the screen and roll. It's a nice little way of getting the ball inside. Everything has to start out with the inside for us. You know, we have got push the ball inside and then open up everything for the outside shot. We didn't get very many outside shots today. And again, it was something that they weren't coming out. They were tightening everything in, and at that point in time, it was more or less something that we just need to make some adjustments on.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Bye.